everyone. It's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the Wasteland Watchlist here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network. This is my weekly show where my guests and I play a little bit of movie roulette, randomly select a movie off my obscene movie watch list. And joining me for this episode is my buddy Luke. Luke, thank you so much for coming on.
Always a blast, Shane. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And we're here to talk about Swan Song. And this is from 1992. This is a 23-minute short film directed by Kenneth Branagh, of all people, who has made many of a Shakespearean adaptation, also made Thor and, Artemis Fowl, and
Yeah.
but also made Belfast and got a lot of attention for that, and is also an extremely charismatic actor himself. And for all Harry Potter fans, he is indeed Gilderoy Lockhart.
Hmm.
Based on Swan Song by Anton Chekhov, starring John Gielgud and Richard Briers. This was nominated for Best Live Action Short Film at the Academy Awards. But that's all the background I have. And this is an aging actor remembers his past, stage triumphs, and contemplates a dim future on the stage of an empty theater. So, Luke, what are your general thoughts on Swan Song?
Did you know Kenneth Branagh loves theater?
What?
I know, right? And you can tell even from this like 22, 23 minutes just how much he adores that art form.
He's a
And
theater girly.
to the point where you know how there's a meme where like anything cinema related is a picture of Martin Scorsese. I feel like exactly that, with his
Yes.
hands up as Shane so beautifully does, just for me, because obviously this is an audio podcast.
Yeah. Yes, as an
uh
audio podcast, you all missed out.
yes, but I honestly feel like we need to make some sort of meme where it's like, pure theater, and put Kenneth Branagh's picture there, because like
Yeah.
if there is a guy
Meme it, Luke.
who
Meme it.
who like not only understands but loves his theater, it would be him. And I don't think it's any, at least for the mainstream people, it's nobody is close to the
Mhm.
level of passion and the level of understanding of not just English, like Shakespearean theater, but theater in general. And you can definitely tell from this short, because like the amount of monologues this old or aging actor does to an empty theater is, yeah, it's fascinating. And if you are a theater girly or a nerd, you will probably just absolutely love this movie or short.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, this is a very specific experience.
Yes.
Like, this is actors in empty theater acting to an empty theater
Mm-hmm.
about theater
Mm-hmm.
and just this experience. And Kenneth Branagh does a great job of just capturing the energy, the spirit of theater in this. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have these two performers, Briers and Gielgud, who are just there. They're feeling it. They're fully committing to this and giving this perspective and this very introspective look at what the experience of theater is. And unless you are somebody like Kenneth Branagh who has this experience and all of this, which is also wild that this was like what 33 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a 33 years younger Kenneth Branagh,
Yep.
still like swan song. It would be very interesting to see him revisit this as he's coming to his swan song.
I feel like
Um,
now he would almost put himself in that like aging actress,
yes, I want to
role.
see it.
Yeah.
I want to see him do it. I
Same.
think that would be an interesting thing for him to go back and do. So like I you feel it.
Hmm.
And when you have the right director who fully understands the material, I think they translate it. And here's the thing, if you don't give a crap about acting or theater, like, I don't think this 23 minutes is going to do a whole lot for you,
Mm.
potentially. Like, as somebody who appreciates art of film so much and the actors, the journey, the artist, and appreciates art. This is such an interesting thing, even as somebody who, like, I'm nowhere near the end of the road for this, like, creative process or doing things with my life, but like,
Hmm.
you can still feel it. And I
Yeah.
think the actors are so authentic in what they're conveying on screen that you do feel it.
100%. It's like, again, it's like, it is very simple because it is literally just two actors acting in an empty theater, talking about, like, reenacting their favorite, like, monologues and
Hmm.
what stuck with them. So it's literally just as simple as it's a love letter to theater. However, in that simplicity, in that simple statement, if that gets you excited, you will absolutely adore this. And
Yep.
even if I don't really go to a theater, I still have an appreciation for what that form, how that form, like, shapes everything. Because let's not forget, theaters are the original cinemas. Theaters are the
Yep.
original movies because, like, theater has a thousand, like, few thousand plus history behind it. Movies, cinema is still young as fuck.
Mhm.
We often say, or we often think, oh yeah, just old movies from like 1800, like 1890, but doesn't count.
Or
And we
those old
already,
movies from 2000 when you
yeah.
talk to a Zoomer.
Hey, guys, have you seen this old movie called Empire Strikes Back, as Peter Parker said in Infinity War?
Yep.
But here's the thing, right? And Christopher Nolan brought this point like recently. So this is not my idea, but like this struck a chord with me. And yeah, Shane is nodding, so he probably knows what I'm about to say. If you think about it, we are still in an infancy of cinema. So
Hmm.
we already think, oh, we've cracked it. The CGI is getting better, this is getting better. We streamlined everything, like, scripts are getting better, musical scores, acting, all of this. So, we're obviously so ahead. We are already, like, peaking cinema, right? Like, there's nothing much we can do more. I hope, and then Christopher Nolan said, if you think about it, this is infancy. He is still
Yeah.
excited for, like, how cinema will look in 50 years from now, right?
Hmm.
And if you think about it in context of theater, like where we go to ancient Greece, like 5,000 years, ahead, like minus 5,000 years, and there were already theater plays. It's like, to me, that's kind of exciting and fascinating how Kenneth Branagh made this short, and like, praising it, but also it's almost like, I hope this form will not die. I hope people will still appreciate it as much as I appreciate it, moving on.
Well, and that's the thing too, because like theater's been like the ancient Greeks, like they did theater.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They got up there and performed in front of people. Like
Yep.
this has been around for like a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
And even in 1992, which feels so long ago for us, because we're one,
Yes.
um, it's this feels it feels like a special experience
Mm-hmm.
to be able to see two actors at this point in their careers really committing to this bit and just putting themselves out there. I have a fun little prompt here. Who
Mm.
would you want to see with Kenneth Branagh
Oh, in
do
a
this?
role of the of them. Okay.
So
Okay.
Kenneth Branagh
See,
is one of them.
yeah. See, in my dream cast, where we can take anybody, because this actor has unfortunately passed away, but in my dreamland, John Hurt
Mm,
immediately came to my mind because, like, this is another giant of not just the movies, but also, like, he was a thespian actor, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken. So, like, and he always brought the gravitas in any role he played, right? So, like, if he was still alive, I would love to see John Hurt in that role. I'm trying to come up with somebody who's still alive.
I have an
Hmm.
interesting
Tell
idea
me, tell me.
outside the box, because there could be tension here specifically between these two people. I want to
Hmm.
see Emma Thompson
Oh,
and Kenneth Branagh do this together,
that would be
especially because they were married and he cheated on her.
with Helena
Um,
Bonham Carter. Yeah.
um, I think that would be a very in because like I love Emma Thompson. I love her
Yes,
so much.
she's
Um,
great.
somebody who has unfortunately passed away, who would be a good counterpart to Kenneth Branagh at this point, would be Alan Rickman. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
would be a really interesting, the two
That'd
of
be
them
so
at this
good.
point, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately that can't happen. But like I would love to see like they should turn this into like a series
Mm-hmm.
where like this one act where you get two actors who do this, like
Mm-hmm.
play this idea of like they go back to their old roles and perform. Like I think this is a fascinating idea that you could play with for
I feel
this
like a Death, Love, and Robots, like in a way where even to the point,
for
like get
theater
some like
kids.
yeah, get some like A-listers, and
Yes,
this will be the scene, and each let's say like a mini series, like 8 episodes, but each episode there'll be two giants, just who have that, and just exactly the same scene.
gotta get
So
Denzel. We
oh,
gotta get
Denzel.
Denzel on this.
But imagine because like I feel like many people would then understand how different each actor is because like again
Mhm.
like yeah, imagine how the main role is portrayed by somebody like Kenneth Branagh or somebody like Emma Stone or it's not Stone. Emma
M.
Thompson.
Thompson. Yeah.
I'm like, well, Emma Stone would be interesting as well, to be honest. But then, and then somebody like Denzel in the same role. Those three, just those three, just like Kenneth, Emma, Denzel. Those would be three different 20-minute something episodes where you would get to appreciate and you would get to see different acting styles because we often hear, oh yeah, this acting style is different. So, but obviously, and many people think, well, it's the role. Obviously, it's different. No, give them the same material, and
Mhm.
you will see how oh, Denzel does this choice. Denzel made this choice here. That's interesting. Oh, Emma made this choice here. That's fascinating. And just let them cook.
And one of my fantasy pairings would be James Earl Jones and Denzel Washington.
But obviously, that is another fantasy because unfortunately, James Earl Jones, yeah,
They would blow
passed
up
away.
the theater just from
Mm,
the
yes.
power in that. Um, the, and you know what? It's so interesting because I watched this and I watched it. I'm like, okay,
Mm,
like I watched it and I
yeah.
thought it was interesting. This conversation actually like kind of maybe really put in perspective like how special something like this can be.
Hmm.
It's very
Hmm.
interesting. We should make this happen, Luke.
Let's
Um,
do it
let's let's go find some
with
investors and
with all our power. Between the two of us, we have over current Hollywood. Let's do it.
yes, let's do it. But Luke, do you have any final thoughts on Swan Song?
Mm, the only final thought I would say is there's definitely worse ways to spend your 22 minutes on
Yeah,
than this. So yeah, and it's on YouTube, even though that's the only thing I guess. I wish it was in a better quality because the only full recording is
yeah,
obviously like a VCR recording.
yeah,
In the middle, it brought me back where the like the screen kind of loops on the top where like the old you can tell the VHS tape, sorry, is
yeah,
worn out. So like it brought me back to my childhood where sometimes VHS tapes would do that. I'm like, oh, that brings me back, and I just wish there was an like actual like original someplace where we could restore it to like a decent quality. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. But Luke, thank you so much for coming on as always and talking movies with me.
anytime, always a blast, Sheen.
And thank all of you for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. Who's your like dream actor to see perform in a theater? What's your favorite theater show to go see? I would. This is gonna sound terrible. I would love to go see more shows if they made the seats bigger. Um, I'm not a small man at this point in my life, and it's uncomfortable. Get on it, Broadway. Um, but make sure to follow or subscribe or ever listen to your podcast. The SPM crew is we're expanding. So if you want to be a part of it, being a guest, being a host, start your own podcast. let us know. Reach out to us on our website. There's plenty of content, wide range of different topics for you to appreciate. And if you like our logo, check out High Flyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Wasteland Watchlist here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network.